Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Game Reviews and More. My name is James, and in this video I'm bringing you a Call of Duty Black Ops gameplay of Sabotage on one of my favorite maps, Array. First thing I would like to do is say thanks to Junkyard for getting this channel going again, that I really do appreciate him and anyone else involved with posting up my video. It goes a long way to help out the smaller channels, even very small ones like mine that only have 6 subs. Yeah, that's right, only 6. I've just started this channel up, so hey, you know, everybody's got to start somewhere, right? Well, this past Friday night, my wife was watching some Turkish TV shows online, and so me and my friends hopped on the Xbox to do a bit of killing in some Black Ops. We must have tried about 10 different games in a row looking for something that either didn't join us into a game in progress where our team was pretty much getting crapped all over, or a game that was full of lag issues. And so we kept trying, and eventually we got into this game. It turned out pretty good. You can notice right here I'm getting some hit markers on this guy, and I just couldn't get him. So I haven't played a lot of Sabotage before, so I had no idea really where the spawns would be at, or the bomb sites for that matter. And I kind of wandered around, just played as if I was playing Demolition. So basically my idea was to cause as much chaos, try and distract and annoy the other team to the point where they would concentrate more on me and let my team get in and plant the bomb and we can get the win. Today I'm going to mainly talk about myself and introduce myself, a little bit about my channel, and about a couple of my main interests. Oh look, here he is, and his buddy too. Double spray! When he doesn't move like that, that's what he gets. The two topics, my interest would be skateboarding, how I got into it, and then gaming and how I got into it, and also some retro games from way back then on the various consoles I like. So in the comments below, why don't you guys tell me about the old games that you like from way back then and how you got into gaming. So I'm 39. That makes me a somewhat older gamer than, but not as old as some. There are a few people who got me about a couple years, and I think Junkyard's a year or two older than me. But definitely older than most of you younger guys. I've been into gaming since I was about 10. And I'm mainly into first-person shooter games, specifically Call of Duty is the main one that I play. I would love to play all the latest games, but I just can't afford to go out and buy all of them or any of them right now. But I plan on eventually getting a subscription to Gamefly, so I can start checking out those new games and do some Let's Plays and reviews. But until then, I'm just going to keep going with my favorite games right now and possibly do some Let's Plays on some older games that I have. Stuff I think is pretty fun. One of my other big interests is, I might have mentioned, is skateboarding, and I've been doing that since I was about 14. Had to pretty much stop over the last 2 years because my knee just can't handle anymore. I blew it out about 10 years ago. I think I tore the ACL in it, and I just never could return to that same level of skating I was at before I got hurt. A friend of mine, he was started filming. He had got a really nice camera. And after a year of recovery and healing, I was actually able to start skating again. He did some filming for me and a couple other guys, and I actually filmed some pretty good stuff. I was amazed by it. I was just stunned that I actually could film a lot of good stuff. And if you saw it, you would think I was a younger guy, but no, I was about 31 in the video, and I got to those clips and montages posted up on my channel. So if you'd like to check that out and see what an older guy, how he skates, and you'd be pretty surprised yourself. How I got into skating initially? Well, one summer when I was, that summer I was 14, my friend came back from summer vacation, and he brought with him a skateboard. And he showed me something that instantly hooked me the moment I saw it, and that was the kickflip. And I knew right then and there I just had to. It was like magic, I just couldn't believe that he could make the board flip and land back on it without using his hands. I was just blown away. And so I learned to do that, and then slides and grinds. I could skate all the ramps. I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn in here or anything, but I was actually pretty good. Well, how I got into gaming? Like I mentioned before, I probably started up around the age of 10. Of course, before you go into it and commenting saying there are no video games way back in 1923, I know that. I started gaming with board games, and my mom forced me to play Trivia Pursuit, and Scrabble with her. I kept up with the gaming all these years because I enjoy the friendly competition. You know, she got me to that part of it, but those other two games, I was totally burnt out on. I hate those games. Kind of like how I hate going for nature walks because my mom used to make me go with her and her friend, you know, out on the hiking trail, and I hate doing that. But that's a discussion for another day. I remember when the Atari 2600 first came out, and the neighbors across the street got the console. They brought it home, invited me over to the unboxing, and we must have played Pac-Man, Asteroids, and Missile Command, and I don't know what other games they had, for like 3 days straight. I mean, whoever knew that you could get a home arcade? I mean, an arcade in your home was just unheard of. Well, as time goes on, I remember how when they would get more games and joysticks. That's right, they're called joysticks, not a controller, but a joystick. They had one stick in the middle and a red button on the side that you just mash on. That's it. No dual analog sticks, no bumpers, nothing like that. They would take all their mini joysticks and roll them up into a ball and throw them in the closet when they were told they had to clean up. So anytime we wanted to play it, we had to literally spend half our time just undoing this big spaghetti knot to get to the controller that worked. Speaking of controllers that joysticks that work, we experienced the same frustration back in those games. Yes, we pounded and smashed our joysticks just like people do today. The games I remember off that console I liked the most was the Whole Position and Pitfall. But that particular console, those games were awesome. Well, around about that time, I got introduced to a RPG game called Dungeons and Dragons. And so we would split our time between playing the Atari, rolling dice in a D&D session, and going skating. You know, that's back when I started doing that. An interesting note is that I used to have an original book that was either a first or second printing from Dungeons and Dragons called Deities and Demigods. And what was interesting about it was that TSR, the book publisher, had to change the name of the book because the religious groups actually raised a big stink about the name of the book. So it became, when they started printing again, it became Legends and Lore. My stepfather actually let his brother move in with him, and they moved all our stuff around into a room that leaked, and my book got ruined. Oh well, it was worth a lot of money, but oh well. Next thing that came along was the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. The interesting thing about that console is that the cartridges that first came out, the first few months, they're held together with Phillips screws. Oop, dogs. Well, my mom couldn't afford to get one right away, so she picked one up from a yard sale about a year or so after it was first released. And I had a couple of those mystery games where somebody had swapped them out. Now, those two games that I got were, to today's day, my favorite ones from that console, which was Top Gun and Double Dragon. And I even downloaded Double Dragon recently off of Xbox Live Arcade. You can't get it anymore from there, at least I don't think you can, but I still play it. It's one of my favorite side-scrolling games. Then along came the Sega Genesis, and ooh look, Chopper Gunner. And I had two of the best fighting games from back then, which was Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. I mean, we used to have tournaments playing that stuff. Then they actually beat out all the time I had for Road Rash and Sonic the Hedgehog. Those games were nothing. Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 was where it's at. I gave it away recently to my nephew for a Christmas present, about 20 games to him. And yeah, he's going to play it, make use of it. I don't play it anymore. Then along came the PlayStation 1, and along with that I got, what was it, Tomb Raider 1 and 2. Tekken 3, the best fighting game for that console, I think. Pro Skater, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the first one. And then Doom, which introduced me to first-person shooter games. Then along came the 360, and I'm playing my favorite game today on that. And so, fixing to get this guy going for a defuse. Well, the game's coming to an end here. And if you stuck around this far, then I hope you had a good time watching and listening to everything you saw and heard. If you would, leave a comment or rate the video and comment about what you liked or didn't like about the video. Check out the other videos that Game Reviews More has to offer. They got some good stuff. Check out my channel. Just leave a comment about your retro games you liked and the console you had growing up. Well, until next time, this has been James.